People are reporting strange things going on after getting their hands on a coveted Labubu.
Is anyone else having bad things happen to them when they've bought a Labubu?
And it's freaking people out so much that some have actually started setting the dolls on fire. So why are they suddenly going after the very toys people have been lining up for hours in packed crowds just to get their hands on? Well, some people have become convinced that these little collectible toys carry something sinister within them.
People having stuff move in their houses, they feeling like they've been watched.
Of course, this sounds ridiculous, but the amount of people saying they feel this way is impossible to ignore.
People are now burning and getting rid of their Labubu dolls after learning that they are demonic, and some people claim that they've seen them moving around the house to different locations. Like they'll put them in one area and then they'll find it later in a completely different area.
But the plan to burn them hasn't worked out for everyone.
As you can see, this woman right here is having a hard time burning hers right here, so she just decides to rip it to pieces. Though the curse is probably still with her.
And others commented that burning wasn't the way to go. If it is a demon, I don't think it is, but if it is, I won't get rid of it by burning it. It is still with her, and burning the haunted object can make it worse, so please, if you have a haunted object, don't burn it. Destroying it just moves the evil spirit to the nearest living body. But where is this notion of evil coming from? Is it the doll's row of pointy teeth?
As y'all can see, the smiling face doll and the smiling face demon.
Its large, follow you around the room eyes?
I mean, look at the dolls. They look evil. They look like something is wrong. Why would you buy a doll that looks like that?
Well, those could be factors, but the main reason seems to be an origin story that's been spreading across the internet, painting these little smiling faces into a bad light.
Labubus are modern reconstructions of the ancient Babylonian demon Pazuzu, a harbinger of pestilence and death, and the Labubu company was launched by acolytes of this demon. So if you can, I would avoid looking at Labubus lest you ultimately lose your soul.
But this had to be a joke, right? Thankfully, the TikToker cleared things up in her caption by writing, "Just in case, #satire." But one comment pointed out that despite the caption, people may still take her videos seriously. The joke is too good, they're gonna believe you. And she wasn't the first to spread this story online, whether she was being facetious or not, and others have continued to share.
So apparently Labubu is a nickname for pet demon, and the entire look of the Labubu dolls is based off of a Nordic demon, which was the whole inspiration for the doll in the first place.
Residents in Mexico are now protesting heavily against the Labubu dolls. They're claiming that they're demonic, that they have dark energy, and that they're the sons of Satan.
Labubu's demonic creatures that came straight from hell. They're marketed as these adorably creepy collectible little dolls, and I love them, but what if they're a little darker than you might think? People are actually starting to point out that they resemble Babylonian deities. On top of that, there's an actual demon named Pazuzu, which sounds very similar to Labubu. I feel like this part of the conspiracy theory is a stretch, but there's a Bible verse that says Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. That meaning that he doesn't come with horns or fire. He comes marketed, gift-wrapped, and trendy. Like the trap being that you're inviting him in willingly.
So the creators said that the Labubus came from Nordic mythology, which is pagan mythology. The Bible calls pagan gods and goddesses demons. The internet says these are elf-like monsters. Okay, so elves, monsters, pagan mythology. This is not looking good for the Labubus.
Now there are a lot of images circling around of what is the actual inspiration for this image, and I believe the CEO said it was this one right here. This is where he got the whole idea for the look of the Labubu dolls. But other people say that it's actually this one here, but I think they got to that conclusion because of the name. But this looks a little bit more like him.
Even the Daily Mail got in on it by sharing the theory that's circulating in a video to their TikTok account.
If you have one of these in your home, then you need to know this new chilling theory. TikTokers have claimed these new viral furry Labubus carry demonic energy, rumored to be inspired by the demon Pazuzu.
People in the comments of these videos seem to be very divided. No, they came from the store. Oh god, people are so smooth-brained. People actually believe this? Are we so for real right now? Maybe it's their own bad energy. No surprise, and this is why they blew up overnight. Anything dark always does. I knew it. I always thought it was demonic. They just look demonic. As soon as I saw them, I'm like, definitely not. I had that first impression since day one. No one believed me. And it appears that even Katy Perry refuses to mess with the toy.
Many celebrities have been seen rocking these things like Rihanna and Kim Kardashian, but Katy Perry is one that does not. Just take a look to see what happens when a fan tries to give her one of these things.
But a lot of people don't believe in these dark theories.
But personally, I don't believe any of this stuff. It's just a toy.
Labubus are not demonic. It's what you think of it. If you think it's demonic but you still have one, then it's wrong. But if you really just think of it as a cute little doll and you have one, there is nothing wrong with it. People are overreacting and spreading lies. The Labubu doll was actually inspired by a kid's book, not a demon. You people really gotta chill. But to be on the safe side, one TikToker even took her collection of dolls to church to be blessed. A TikToker who investigates dolls connected with paranormal activity decided to look into the allegations.
I'm a paranormal investigator, and clearly I take haunted dolls and objects very seriously. So when people started claiming that Labubu dolls were haunted or demonic, I took that seriously, and I investigated them. I followed the same process of investigation that I would with a suspected haunted object, and I found nothing. It is now quite a while later, and I've repeated those tests, and still nothing.
And a lot of commenters agreed with her conclusion. The only thing about them is what they do to my bank account. Labubu has absolutely nothing to do with anything evil or demonic. Also, fun fact, Pazuzu is a Mesopotamian demon who was invoked to ward off other evil spirits, especially the demoness Lamashtu, who was known to harm mothers and children. And she had some history to bring to light as well, explaining that we've been down this road before.
We need to stop confusing aesthetic discomfort with paranormal evidence. So here is a long list of toys that over the years have been claimed haunted, demonic, or spiritually dangerous. And let's see what we think about those toys now. Pikachu was accused by some religious groups of promoting the occult and summoning. My Little Pony was also rumored to include occult symbols. Monster High dolls allegedly glamorized evil. Littlest Pet Shop was accused of watching children. Feisty pets were called demonic for their angry expressions. Bratz dolls were accused of harboring spirits due to their appearance. Cabbage Patch Kids were claimed to be linked to witchcraft, adoption rituals, and even demonology in the 1980s. Furbies were rumored to spy on families and also be haunted. Squishmallows with black eyes specifically were said to carry spirit energy. Tamagotchis were blamed for possession because kids became obsessed with them. And Tattletale plushies allegedly opened portals. This pattern is called moral panic, which is when cultural fears are applied to something that is strange, new, misunderstood, or has a specific look. Labubu dolls are not haunted, they're not demonic, there are not demons lining up at the Labubu factory to hitch a ride into your home.
And many comments echoed this. This is nothing new. When Bratz first came out and started to get popular, people thought they were gangsters or street workers or those kind of night dancers because of their makeup and clothes. But that was never their image. Since then, there's been a lot of trendy things. If people love it, they love it. If they hate it, they make up negative stories. I'm not a Labubu fan, but I don't think they are demonic. This happened with Furbies too. We survived Pokemon and this new generation is fearing Labubu. Happened the same with trolls in the 90s. But if that's true and the dolls are nothing but harmless toys, why is there a Simpsons episode that seemingly predicted a body-possessing doll that shares features to the Labubu with a similar name?
And the craziest part is they even had a whole Simpsons prediction about this.
We already know that the Simpsons always tell the truth about what's going on.
It's here! Maggie's first Pazuzu!
In the episode, Homer opens a doll that resembles this exact deity. He names it Pazuzu. And the moment he looks into the doll's eyes, he becomes possessed. And sure, this is just a cartoon, but where do these stories come from?
One TikToker jumped into a video to, reluctantly, share his take on things.
Let's put the lighter down real quick and check this out. This is Labubu. Everything I know about him is against my will. He's from a series called The Monsters, and he's everywhere right now. Labubu is a fictional character based off Norse mythology about elves. I'm so mad that I've ever had to say that sentence. This is Pazuzu, a Mesopotamian demon who was made popular by the movie The Exorcist. Also a fictional character. This is an AI-generated image that somebody made to make you think that Pazuzu looks more like Labubu than he Ladudu. And it worked, because here you are, burning children's toys.
So what's the actual history behind these guys?
He was designed by an illustrator named Ka-Sing Leung, who was born in Hong Kong, but raised in the Netherlands, which is why Labubu is based off of Nordic mythology. He first appeared in this series in 2015 called The Monsters, that were all references to Nordic folklore. What's interesting, though, is Labubu wasn't even really the main character. There actually is another leader of the group and a main character, and other characters like Mokoko, Pato, Spooky, Tycho, but Labubu was for some reason the one that really got popular.
Labubu is said to reflect the trickster archetype found in pagan traditions, a creature that's equal parts charming and unsettling, with a playful spirit, pointed ears, and that signature sharp-toothed grin. And their core inspiration has always remained firmly rooted in those old-world Nordic mythologies that reportedly sparked Ka-Sing Leung's imagination as a child. Now, just to clear things up, the Netherlands isn't part of the Nordic region, but growing up there, Ka-Sing Leung was influenced by classic European fairy tales, especially darker folklore-driven stories. So while Labubu looks like something out of Norse mythology, its roots actually lie in the whimsical and eerie characters from traditional European storybooks. But what about the many people who claim to have had creepy experiences with the dolls? It made my sis cry at night 10 times and scream. Yeah, mine moved too. Things are happening in my home after my daughter brought two. They gave one to my daughter and I started hearing things at home, so I told my daughter and we decided to throw it away. That little doll is really demonic. My cousin bought one of those things and for 4 days she had sleep paralysis. And she had an uneasy aura in her home, like something was watching her. When she got rid of the Labubu dolls, the aura of the house was more free.
What happened?
His eye just turned green.
What do you mean they turned green?
Oh, hell nah.
Don't throw it to me! What happened?
It just turned green and I was cleaning my room.
What do you mean it turned green?
It's his eye.
His eye?
Yeah.
I think it all started because one girl, she saw like a Labubu at a vintage store and then it was surrounded by all these candles and she decided to take it home, right? And then she's telling like, yo, I think these things actually carry like demonic spirits just because as soon as I placed it in my car, I almost got into a car accident and I kept like getting sick.
The following day, my chest starts hurting. Why do I feel like there's like a tug like in my heart? Like, okay, well today I'm on my way to the gym and I'm driving, but I was looking at my rearview mirror and I see the person coming at me. I see them coming and I'm like, in split seconds, I'm like, they're gonna hit me. And they did, they hit me.
There was a mom who said that she had a 6-year-old daughter who was obsessed with these dolls after watching unboxings. Soon after getting one, she had nightmares about a black creature with sharp teeth jumping out of her tablet and eating her face. Things got really bad. She wasn't eating, she wasn't sleeping, she was exhausted and terrified. And the second everyone decided they were gonna pray over her, things stopped. This is after she talked to a doctor, she talked to counselors, but the very same night they prayed over her and the Labubu, nothing happened again.
So it's a video of this girl saying that she's throwing her Labubu away because it's evil. She said she was sleeping in her room and she woke up with a scar on her neck. Mind you, of course, nobody's in her room with her. And there was no other way for her to get the scar on her neck. Matter of fact, look at this. Look at this.
I had to throw my Labubu away. No. Look at this.
Look at that mark.
That's a damn mother. That is
How did
not
that get there?
scratch. My nails are not even that long or sharp for me to scratch myself. I took a nap, y'all, like an hour and a
Look.
half nap right now.
So she said her brother said he came in at 3 o'clock in the morning. And when he came in, a door that he left open was fully closed. Who closed the door?
There's this specific person that was interviewed recently, and he collects Pop Mart figures, like a whole bunch. He has so many.
Okay.
Now he told this story, and this is in the interview video, where he had like I think 12 on his desk, and he went to bed. Now this person, he has a sixth sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, the guy
okay.
like sleeping and his Labubus are on the counter.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had certain Pop Mart figures.
Okay.
Because Pop Mart owns Labubu.
Yeah.
Now, he said, because he has a sense, after a while, like it didn't happen right away, but slowly and slowly, he would feel a presence of somebody watching, right? And the only thing that's there are the figures. And obviously at first he didn't he didn't look too much into it. But it became to a point where he really felt a presence. So he walked over to me and he looks at it and he feels the spirit there in not one, but in 4 different figures. Yeah. And he said that the figures, literally any figure can be possessed by a spirit as long as it has 2 eyes, a mouth, and it's shaped as if it could be alive.
And the night I bought it and opened it and had it, I went into my car, sat in my car, and voices started speaking through my car.
Why is my car doing a spirit box? For good reasons. It just said for good reasons.
Guys, what the f is going on? So basically, last night I was super hot, so I decided to go outside to cool down. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to go sit in my car. But I turned the key in my car to put the windows down because obviously it was too hot. And it starts talking. So I was like, what the hell? And I didn't know what to do. So I went live on TikTok for about an hour and just sat there and listened to it.
It's a horror film. Turn to Oz.
That happened. Then I broke down and had to pay £280. Now other things keep happening. Basically, my mum is adamant that because this was in the car with me when I was travelling, that's why I broke down. And the spirits were telling me to burn my house down.
What do you think? Was the little girl just imagining things, caught up in the kind of wild story only a kid could dream up? Maybe the scratch on the other girl came from a bug bite or an allergic reaction. And sure, the headaches, sleep paralysis, and weird vibes people claim to feel after getting the toy could all have perfectly rational explanations. But then again, maybe there's something more to that little toothy grin than meets the eye. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, then consider hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. It's the best thing you can do to help us keep making more videos, like this one about a 26-year-old tourist who was left to die inside a volcano, and how it wasn't the first time.